Vince Marrow, a UK assistant football coach, is on the phone. The big dog is here. Vince, how are you?
Doing good, man. How you guys doing?
Doing great. All right, so let's just get right into it. You sent out a tweet yesterday after Coach Clinkscale went to Michigan saying basically, don't y'all worry about it. We still got it going. Tell me more about it. You still obviously Clink was a great part of the staff, but you still feel confident going forward.
Man, I just first and foremost, Clink is really a family member, and I did not want to see him go, but he had to do what was best for him. But I really stand by what I said. As long as you got our support and Cass here and a lot of these guys on the staff, I work with guys like Dan Brezowitz, Chase Heike, our coaching staff, and then and last but least, it's the head coach. I mean, I think long as Mark Stoops here, and we gonna be fine. That's all I'm gonna say. I kind of take offense to it. People making it seem like Kentucky is a bad job or something like that. I mean, I would make the difference and say, hey, you're leaving a great place right here, because where we're going is we're just trending up, and we're recruiting well. We got a great staff. We have some great additions. I like our new coaches. I just think I wish him well. He's going to do well there, but you always know me, Matt. I'm ready to battle. I'm always ready to battle.
Well, it's interesting. You've had a similar decision. I mean, you had both Michigan and Michigan State at some point come after you. You decided to stay. Obviously, I think that decision has worked out for you, but what made it to where you said no in a similar offer?
I think it was a lot of things. Family, really, my relationship with Mark, we go way back. It ain't just me and his relationship. I always laugh and say it's kind of like, mafia, but our families, we tied together, and it was just at the end of the day, to me, I felt Kentucky was a better place. I felt it's the SEC. I felt that, with our administration, that Mark was solid. It was just a lot of things. And here's what people don't understand. I think you know this, Matt. I turned down a lot of money to stay here, and so
yes, you did.
It must be that I really love this place, and I do. It's all about quality of life, and it's all about your working relationship with people, and this is a good staff, and I really get along with our administration. I mean, I'm talking about from Mitch on down to the whole athletic department, people that you guys don't know, but like ticket people, people that handles our money situation, our contracts. I mean, I'm cordial with a lot of them people, and they're good people, and I just feel that this was a better place, and I still feel this is a better place.
Ryan, he said he turned down a lot of money. Don't let him act like he didn't already make a lot of money with it too, though. Like, I mean, you're doing all right, Vince. Let's not act like you're hanging on. So let me let's switch gears. I want to talk about the draft. You all had 6 guys get drafted. That is a huge thing for the program. Only a handful of schools did better. How big was that night for the future?
Very big, and it's, you go to 2018. I've been on this show a lot, and Coach Stu's been on, and there was times people were taking shots. People that we were recruiting just saying that we wasn't, developing NFL guys. So I said, well, the 14, 15 class, let them guys become seniors, and then you will see. And then now you see the 20, 21 class. I mean, the 20 class. These guys have a 6. We have 5 and 18. To me, if I can show you some of the texts that GM sent me saying that they are so impressed with our program and how we develop guys, and put us up there, I mean, it'll blow your mind because it makes me feel good, and I even show Market saying that we have better pro days than some of the major schools that you normally see putting guys in the NFL. And I will tell you this, Matt, I expect next year us to even have the same amount or even more. So
there you go.
This is something that's going to be here to stay.
Well, that's what I was going to get at. You said to me, I want to say, I don't know if it was this pro day or the last one, that they were saying to you that outside of 2 or 3 programs that there was as much depth of talent here as anywhere. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that was. I was just sent that. I actually was sent that the day a GM had. We had so many people here, but he had left, and he said, "Vince, I didn't get to catch you," but he said, "I don't want to miss nothing." But he said, I was talking to my college director, and I'm saying I'll just say these two schools. He said next to Alabama and Ohio State. He said, you guys were in the next tier of, and I'm talking about way up there. We were in the next tier that they said our pro guys looked like them guys at them other schools, and they tested probably better than majority of all them other schools. So that was.
Did you ever think you'd hear that, Ryan Lemon?
No, I'm sitting here shaking my head when Vince is saying like, "That's crazy." The Kentucky football is in that conversation right now.
You told me when you got here. You told me when you got here, Vince. You said, I remember this conversation. I sat right with you. I didn't even know where I was, and you said, "Look, right now I'm selling Florida State, but at some point I will have to sell Kentucky." Well, I assume that point has gotten here. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, you can put this down. I mean, I'm not even selling Florida State. We're actually better than Florida State, but we had to sell Florida State because Mark had what he had.
That's what I meant. When you first started.
Yeah.
When you first started.
Yeah. No doubt. But I'll say after 15, when we got Big George and CJ and them guys there in 15, it was more now selling the vision. Okay, now we're going to, bowl games, because I felt we had caught South Carolina. We had caught Missouri. We caught Vandy, because when we got here, we didn't catch none of them. I mean, we were dead bottom. I thought Vandy was even better than us. And then that 15 class, I think I remember we said, man, we have to get Tennessee. We have to get Florida. Somewhere in that line. And remember, we lost a lot of close games to Florida, and then we finally got them in 18. But I feel right now we are probably top 3 in the East, and we should be the next door to kick in is Georgia. And I really feel that. 2018, we weren't ready for that. I really believe that. Like, we got to that game with a great atmosphere, but I think our guys wasn't ready for the extra stuff that came with it. Right now, I think this program is more than ready for it right now.
Who are the 2, 3, 4 guys on the roster right now that are the best pro prospects? I assume Darian Kennard is one of them. Who else?
I'll say Darian Kennard. I'll say Josh Pascal. I'll say Wandale Robinson.
Okay.
Man, you won't get me, because I think we got about 7 guys, and that's not even counting our underclassmen. Keith Upshaw, Chris Rodriguez, and them guys.
Talk to me about Wandale, because everybody's excited about Wandale. I know how much you wanted him the first time around. You get him this time around. What's he going to be like for Kentucky this year?
It's funny. I was sitting, me and Liam and Josh Estes-Warren, and we was watching Larry Bird. Larry Bird is like my favorite basketball player, so we was watching Sports Century. And Red Auerbach said the best quote I ever seen. He said, I never thought Larry Bird would play tough. I never thought Larry Bird was a great outside shooter. And the last thing, I never thought he would play hurt. Well, I phrased that with, I knew Wandale Robinson was a good player. I knew Wandale Robinson was shifty. I did not know Wandale Robinson was this good. From what I've seen in these 15 practices, he is everything that you want. He is everything that we need. And he brings a threat to us that we ain't had here in a long time. He is, and what makes him even better, he's tough. Pound for pound, he's probably the toughest kid in the country. That's the part I didn't realize how tough he was. He's a good teammate, but, man, he is. They better get ready to see this kid. He is everything that we thought he would be.
You should see how giddy Ryan looks right now.
How awesome is that?
That is very exciting. Yes. All right, talk to me about new offensive coordinator Liam Cohen. I know you've been working with him during the spring. What's he like?
Yeah.
And tell me about him.
I'm going to be real honest with you. Like, I didn't, you always leery or curious when, there's a hire, somebody coming in, and you want to see what they're about. Man, it took me, I'm going to be honest with you, probably took me 2 days to realize, man, Mark really made a good hire. And, now, I mean, I know Liam now. It's still like I've been knowing him now for about 5 years. I mean, the greatest attribute that he's going to bring beyond the football part, he can really interact and relate to our players. I mean, and it ain't phony. You know, some dudes can come in here and they can act like they cool and all that. No, I think that's just his genuine. It's just his personality. He's a son of a high school coach. His dad coached college ball and high school ball, so I think that plays a factor in. He just knows how to deal with people. But as a mind, I think Liam knows. He knew we know how to run the ball. Liam now is going to make sure that when it's 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6, we know where to go with the ball. And I've seen that a lot in the spring. You guys didn't get to see it. I've seen it a lot. And you can see the difference in our quarterbacks. They just know what to do. And that's the.
So let's talk about the quarterbacks. Let's talk about the quarterbacks. Joey, Bo, obviously there's one coming in. Where do you see the quarterback position right now?
You know, that's a
Mark question.
I'm a fan. But here's what I'm going to say. I seen I thought Joey Gatewood made a dramatic, I'm talking about a big jump. He really, really looked good in the spring. And I'm going to tell you this, not just Liam, I got to give Josh Eschenoir a lot of credit with that because he really spent a lot of time with him because, you know, with Liam, you know, he's working with the receivers, he's trying to structure the whole offense. But Joey really looked good. Bo got a pretty arm. He can throw it. I think he's still learning and growing. But I think Bo is going to be a real good player here. And then the Will kid, I just seen him the other day. Man, he looks like a linebacker. He's a good-looking dude. Him and Joey look like, you know, they look like SEC. And I'm not saying Bo don't look like that. I'm saying these guys are big. They look like they could be linebackers. And so if you had to ask me, I think it's a really good situation with 3 guys that can get under center. And the kid from Somerset, he looked pretty good too. I know Liam was pretty high on him. He looks good. He looked good in the spring. So I'm excited, and that's why I'm telling you, Matt. This spring, and I think if Stoops was to be honest with you, he'd tell you, man, we threw a lot of balls down the field, and we threw balls where the quarterbacks really knew where to go with the ball. That was very exciting. I'm excited about this quarterback competition.
Well, you got us excited here. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break. Can you stay through the break? You good?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. More with Vince Marrow, who's getting everybody giddy here on Kentucky Sports Radio.
To talk to Matt Jones and the crew, call the Clark's Pump and Shop phone line at 502-571-1080 or 1-877-904-1080, or send us the Kentucky branded KSR tweet of the day by tweeting Matt at KY Sports Radio.
Thanks for listening to Kentucky Sports Radio on Talk Radio 1080.
Welcome back, Kentucky Sports Radio. If you have a question for Vince Marrow, 772-774-5254, let me know and I'll ask it, maybe. I'll give you one right here. One person writes, Matt, what did Vince think about calling plays in the Gator Bowl? He's 1-0 as the OC.
Yeah.
Man, hey, I like it, but I'm going to tell you, and I told Liam this. I even texted Eddie Grant. I said, boy, I know what it's like, you know, when you're OC and you calling plays and you got a lot of people in your ear when all that stuff is going on. So I really, and you know, it was a great opportunity to do it. It was really a thing that I'm saying, hey, I officially retired from being the offensive coordinator. I'm saying this on his radio. I got a lot of other titles to help this program, but it was fun, and it was good to get another bowl win and beat another ranked team in a bowl game. So it was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
All right, so Ryan and I always get a kick out of your little subtweets where you'll say something like, you know, this program out there talking this trash, blah, 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 blah. So, first of all, I want to know who's talking trash, and what is your message to these programs that keep sort of downplaying what's happening at Kentucky?
Well, I got to, first of all, say to our fans, nothing against, I love Clint, so he's going to Michigan. But I remember even saying that. I mean, come on, I think we're a better program. I know we are.
Oh, listen to that. You got to love it. He knows we're a better program than Michigan. Eat it, Michigan.
Jim Harbaugh, eat it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then secondly, there's just things, you know, where we got to a point now. It used to be people say, you know, we had no talent, we had no skill guys. Now that we got the the type of players we want and we get, and we're trying to get better. There's been schools, I ain't going to say you guys can figure that out. Certain kids in this state, went other places, and you got other places sending them stuff like, hey, these are the draft cards and showing draft, things that they're going to be a first-round pick and all that, and they ain't even had no damn body drafted. So I just my point is like this. Like Steve said, we ain't going to never take a backseat to nobody. We love what we got going on here. I think, like I say, it's just going up, and, our recruiting classes are showing that. But a lot of these schools try to take shots at us, and to me, I kind of like it because now it's like we kind of on the top more than them, and they better just keep doing it because we ain't going to slow down. And you know me, hey, any low angle I can get, I'm coming at them. So that's just the way I am.
I like it. All right, so now this year's class has started about as good as any class you've had. I mean, I think there's only one that started a little bit better, and that one had a lot of in-state kids. So now, number one, are you going to be able to keep all these guys? And number two, do you have a lot of positive high guys still left that you think you're going to get?
Yeah. Number one, yes, we're going to keep these guys. Right when, all that news happened, of course, you got to do some, a little damage control and all that. And, reached out to a lot of them guys. They put out on the radio that they were solid. Even a parent put out that, could be a male, could be a female, that they were solid. And so, yes, I do think because this is a great place to play. It's the SEC. If we didn't have COVID last year, we probably would have won 9 games last year. So, yes. And then, who we got remaining? Oh, we got a ton of high priority guys that are, 4 stars, and I think one is a 5-star that's remaining that we are very, very in on. I mean, I'll say that we are very on their list, that we are very high. And we got these officials coming up in June that, I think we'll seal the deal on the rest of these guys.
There's going to be a big change in college sports with name, image, likeness that's going to allow kids to make money while they're in school. Do you think – we've talked a lot about the effect on Kentucky basketball. Do you think it can be a positive effect on Kentucky football?
I think so, but I think unlike basketball, basketball, and let's just be honest, we're trying to get where Kentucky basketball is. They're more national in the fact that you can recruit kids from anywhere and they can have, the name and likeness. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of businesses. But for me, if you're a local kid, not saying no names, but if you're a local kid and you grew up here, grew an hour away from here, or you grew 15 minutes away from here, can you imagine you come here and you have a great high school career and now you're here and all these people in this city knew you. And if that thing passed away, I think it's going to pass. I can name 3 businesses that probably would be like, hey, I want to put this guy's name on my business or advertise the restaurant, and the kid will do very well because to me, it's still all about, you got to know people. And all I'm saying is you're an in-state kid, that's going to be an easy sell. So I think it's going to be good. And I think it's, for me, it's above my pay scale. But if it passes, that's just something that we're going to have to adjust to. But I'll be ready for that, especially for some certain prospects, close by.
Certain prospects who know Ryan Lemon, for instance, would be one of the would be a prospect. All right. Tomorrow night, you're going to be at historic Davis Arena for OVW. You are managing Shane Mercer against Tony Gunn and Richie Farmer, Clay County legend Ryan Lemon. Vince, are you looking forward to your first foray into wrestling?
Hey, I'm telling you, I'm fired up, and this ain't no act. Like, I'm going to tell you. So I seen the picture of my guy. I got my scout report. Man, he ripped. So I think we're going to do very well. Like, I can't wait. And I will say this. I love wrestling growing up, man. And Jimmy Snuka, Big John Studd, all them guys. I wish I could wrestle. I will say this. I wish I could wrestle just one guy here on our staff. His name is Dan Breslin. I would do it because I want to slam him right on his head. So
I think you've got a match set up, Matt.
There you go.
Hey, but no,
we'll see if we can set that up.
Very excited. I'm very excited.
All right, so if you go to ovwrestling.com and put in the promo code, I have a Vince Marrow promo code, Big Dog.
Big Dog.
Put in the promo code Big Dog, $3 tickets.
That's awesome.
If you're there for Vince Marrow. So Vince, I'm sure you'll wave at your crowd there tomorrow. OVWrestling.com, promo code Big Dog. You can get tickets for $3. Vince, I'm looking forward to having you.
Man, I don't have my game face on, though. The people that come and they support this and the fans that come, hey, it's going to be a great treat, but I'm all business. I'm coming in to make sure we get this. We get a belt. I want to get that belt, man. So I'm fired up about my guy.
Well, if your guy wins, maybe you can. Vince, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Take care.